my weekly Kiwi NRL takes leading into the NRL season, and I need your help here. Whakarongo mai.
Uh-oh.
Give me your taringas. I need some help here. Saw you drifting off, but I've got an exercise for you. Okay, so who is the best NRL system? Best NRL team, best NRL system right now.
Well, I was going to specify, do you mean Kiwi NRL or just NRL in general? But I think it might be the same anyway. So Penrith Panthers.
Penrith Panthers. There is a dude, just one dude, from the Panthers, the best system in the NRL. And he's been in that system since at least 2019. He's a playmaker. He's a half. He's also a utility. He's got a lot of skill, plays a few different positions, but he's a youngster who's risen through that Panthers system. He played junior footy 2019, 2021, 2020, 2021. And then he comes into 2022. He's playing SG ball. And then 2023, he's playing SG ball, which is under 19 in 2023. Plays 10 games SG ball. And then he plays 11 games of Jersey flag as well, which is under 21s. So there is a dude from the Panthers who's primarily a half, who played under 19s and under 21s for the best NRL system. That dude's now with the Warriors. So Luke Hanson, he's not from Aotearoa. He's true blue Aussie. But he's a young playmaker. He's a young half from the Penrith Panthers who was good enough to play Panthers under 21s while still being SG Ball eligible. Most of those games were in the halves. Now he's with the Warriors. And this is one of the underrated things about the Warriors' recruitment and their business and La Officina of the Warriors at the moment. So they're signing Aussies. They've got no issues signing veteran Aussies. They've got no issues signing young Aussies. They had Tom Summer. I think it's Tom Summer. It might be Tom Summers. Can't be bothered looking right now. But Tom Summer, Verano, the season we are in right now. He's a young middle forward who came up through Keebra Park and Burleigh. Warriors signed him to play junior footy. There's another dude, Jesse Sorich, who's come up through Byron Bay Rugby League. He's a playmaker half as well. Warriors signed him to play junior footy. But the Luke Hanson's the most interesting dude here because he's a young half, young playmaker from the best NRL system. He was good enough to play upper age grade last year. And the Warriors have signed him. Oh, and then where did Ronald Volkman go? Where did old mate Volkman go? You ended up with your Dragons, didn't you? And I don't want to see Volkman playing ahead of Paul Turner. Definitely don't want to see that, but it might happen. Mad respect for Paul Turner. Always forget about him in the Kiwi NRL ranks at the Dragons, but hopefully he gets a bit of game time under Flano this year. Funnily enough, Flano hasn't said anything about Paul Turner in the media. He loves to say a lot of stuff in the media, but he's not talking about Paulie Turner from Northland. So the Warriors release Volkman to go to the Dragons, and everyone's like, whoa, what's doing? Where are these Warriors halves? Well, they've already got Sean Johnson, Tomato Martin, Luke Metcalf, and Chanel Harris-Tavita. That's 4 dudes right there. But tucked away up their sleeve, they've also got Luke Hanson, who could be playing New South Wales Cup next season. I don't know if he'll start in New South Wales Cup, but considering he comes from the Panthers, considering he played under 21s while still being SG Ball eligible last year, I'm pretty confident in thinking that he's going to be playing New South Wales Cup next season for the Warriors, and he might be doing so as a half. I'm not going to ask you to bounce back on that. I'm just going to keep it rocking and rolling. You can come back after these other 2 notes because these are equally as enticing. Sebastian Sewer. He's with the Newcastle Knights. Mount Albert Jr. I think he was playing rugby union for King's College at some point and then stopped playing first 15 or rugby union there, took up rugby league, goes to Mount Albert, and he's with the Knights. And he's part of a very deep Newcastle Knights crew of Kiwi NRL juniors. You've also got guys like Elijah Leo Moana, Jerome Falemoy from Southern Cross campus, Bailey Carmichael and Tamakaima Wana Whare Aorere from Rotorua Boys High School. They're there, hopefully. Haven't seen the junior squads officially announced yet, but hopefully they're still there. Hami Loza, young half, who I think he played SG ball for the Knights last season. But Sebastian Sua is the likeliest one to play NRL footy next year. He's a big bopper from Auckland. And the Knights, they also seem confident of signing Tyrone Thompson, the twin brother of Leo Thompson. If the timelines line up here, the Knights might roll out a middle forward trio of Leo Thompson, Tyrone Thompson, and Sebastian Sua maybe in 2025. But we'll chill out. We'll stay in the present moment. Sebastian Sua is definitely going to be playing a lot of New South Wales Cup footy for the Knights, and I think he's got potential, given the way the Knights promoted someone like Leo Thompson pretty quickly. I think they're going to be giving Sebastian Sua an NRL debut this year. And then we've got Te Huranui Upa Twiddle, otherwise known as Upper. He is with the Eels, and I've talked a lot about him over recent months as well. He played fullback for the Eels in SG Ball. That finishes. Then he goes up to play fullback for Eels in Jersey Flegg. So again, he's doing the age grade double as a fullback. I'm very excited about Twidle. He's a Turanga Waiwai junior. So that's good Waikato representation there. And he is having quick success with the Eels in the junior ranks. Who was the last player to do that? Dylan Brown. And Twidle, I think he's got a fairly similar playing style to Clint Gutherson, which is just a bigger body, really solid, always involved, good hands, stamina, fitness, mana, which is also quite similar. Shans Nickel Klukster and Dylan Edwards. So watch out for Te Huanui, Apanui, Twidle, fullback for the Eels. Any of those things you want to bounce back on, otherwise just absorbing the glorious Kiwi NRL wrinkles. Luke Hanson, not Kiwi NRL, but he is a great young half who has moved to the Warriors.
Yeah, that's. I was wondering what would happen with the when Volkman left. I assumed that meant someone else was coming in, and I was wondering, does that mean like is Chanel Harris Tavita the guy who's coming in to replace him, or is they got something else? Turns out it's both. You know, why settle? Paul Turner did play one NRL game last year, and he played at fullback for the Dragons, which is an interesting one to follow going into this season because they're talking about like maybe Zach Lomax might get a chance to play some fullback, and if that's the case, that opens up a spot in centers, or maybe old mate Sloan sticks around, or that does seem to be though a position that they're targeting somewhat, and I wonder if that's an area where Paul Turner might be more likely to get in than in the halves. But the Dragons are a little bit of a mess, and they have a new coach, so. And also the coach did sign his son to be one of the backup halves, so that's probably also not a good chance for PT to get a shot at 6 or 7. So we'll see how that tracks. He'll probably just end up back at the Titans midway through the year or something.
I think Kyle Flanagan, he might be playing hooker though, so that might open up an opportunity for Paul Turner. I think Kyle Flanagan's, he might be moving into the hooker realm, so watch out for. Yeah, I'm not. I want to see someone just like give Paul Turner a consistent crack, but as we saw with Hayes Perham last year, those type of dudes get a consistent crack and everyone hates them. So it's a bit weird, but
yeah,
we'll see how
it's hard to get a go on a bad team and then look good, you know.
Indeed, especially when you're the fullback and none of your middle forwards can tackle. You're the fullback, you're running for 200 meters like every game, getting a couple tackle busts, doing your thing, and you're always having to make a one-on-one tackle due to a line break. Maybe you don't suck, maybe your team just sucks. That might be the one.